right, let's get into this. All right, we are back with Chew Quieter, and we have a special guest today. He is my baby's mama. He's Jake Glaser from Savvy Offroad. Savvy Design, is it Savvy Offroad or Savvy Designs?
It's really both. Savvy Designs is the corporate name, but we basically Gerald is still part of Savvy Off-Road, and he is one of our partners. And we're moving forward with Savvy Designs as all the new product that we're developing.
Nice. Well, I've said it before when Will was on. I'm really excited to see the name come back and be rejuvenated and see where it goes. It's a legendary name from a legendary guy. So to see you and Will come
sure.
Partner up with him, I think it's phenomenal. I can't wait to see exactly how it goes. Great. And yeah,
I just got to spend some time with both of them. We went out to Trail Hero and then finished Trail Hero with Chris Meehan's wedding. But Will and Gerald and Jenna stayed in the house that we rented. So we got to talk and hang out and have a lot of laughs and all that good jazz.
So talk about that really quick. First of all, congratulations to Chris Meehan on getting married. But how did this come about where you officiated the wedding?
So he had asked me a long time ago if I would do it. I think this was my 11th wedding that I've done overall. Wow. And originally he wanted myself and a gentleman by the name of George Biddlecombe to do it together. And George, he had his daughter's wedding the week before. He just had a bunch going on, and we kind of weren't really sure how we were both going to be ministers at the wedding. So George says, you know what, I'm just going to bow down and let you take it. So I did it. And I don't know if you listened to the Facebook Live, but for some reason, Chris made me a little nervous at certain points. And he married Justine. So I said it like I probably screwed the name up twice, but I said Christine instead of Chris and Justine. It was funny. People got a good laugh out of it. So that'll live with me and them for the rest of our lives.
How did you get ordained, or is that the thing? Is that you have to be ordained, or do you just take an online course or something?
I did the Universal Life Church online, and of course, you know me. I spent all the money to get all the credentials, so I have, fancy name badges and rearview mirror hangers that says I'm a minister, all that kind of crap. Makes me feel more special.
So if I wanted to start a church, we would just have to contact you, and you would have to be like our front man and start getting some of the nonprofit or the non-taxable money.
Right.
Yes. Start funding.
I've done
church.
I've done quite a few of them. I mean, even some of our Jeep friends. I don't know if you guys remember Trisha. She did a lot of stuff with Poison Spider back in the day, mm-hmm. And she picked up the phone one day and asked if I would marry her and her husband Billy, and Steph and I went out to New York and did that. I've done a lot of my friends. I renewed my parents' weddings vows down in Turks and Caicos.
Oh, that's really cool.
So it's fun. Yeah, it's cool.
I don't think I can do something like that just because of my background being first agnostic and then atheist. I don't know how that would go over.
Right?
Well, you do non-denominational. You'd be good.
Well, the funny thing is in Colorado, you don't have to have anyone there to actually perform a service for you. I guess there was a law passed a long, long time ago, and it was because of the mining that was going on, that the couple didn't have to actually have that performed, and the woman didn't have to be present for the couple to be married. And I think it was to protect the claim or the claim owner in case something was to happen. It would be willed to the wife, who was usually, living somewhere else because this person would have migrated to Colorado to, set a claim and set their foundation. So when my wife and I got married, we eloped on the Rubicon Trail in California. And then since Colorado has different laws, we just went back to the county clerk, did some paperwork, and we were done.
It's cool.
Easy.
Yeah. But you know what's funny is since we're talking about marriage, I don't know if you saw yesterday or earlier today, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett have been separated since 2016.
I read a little bit about that.
And she's saying that she didn't even want to marry him.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, she cheated on him.
Yeah, many times.
Yeah.
And so Chris Rock got slapped for nothing. Kind of feel bad.
I don't know if it was for nothing. It was Will taking his frustrations out on somebody else other than her. He couldn't slap her, so he slapped Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Someone's getting it tonight.
She's even gone as far as saying that even Tupac had alopecia. And I'm thinking, come on. I mean, I remember seeing the movie Juice. Tupac had a Gumby fade, a full head of hair Gumby fade. When he was in prison, he had an afro. So I think at this point, it's just her trying to keep herself relevant. And if that's the case, go get a fucking job.
Right?
I mean, you're supposed to be an actress. Go be an actress. That's how you stay relevant. Just my 2 cents.
What's this? I was listening to, I listen to all your podcasts, but I understand you're getting into golf.
Yeah. Yeah, I fell over.
I can't wait to swing a club again. I mean, I just had surgery 14 weeks ago, so I'm almost 100%, and I cannot wait. I mean, our weather here in South Florida is just starting to get a little bit nicer. Like, we woke up to 68 degrees this morning, whereas it was 92 yesterday. But
I would love 68 degrees for my high. Today, our high was 52, and then I went outside to take the dog for a walk, and I went in shorts and a hoodie, and I really needed a fleece-lined pants and another hoodie.
You wimp.
I am a wimp. I'm a creature of the sun. I like the warmth. I like the hotness. I really should have just moved to Florida.
Or Phoenix is 100 degrees here today.
Oh God.
It's freaking October and it was 100 degrees today. Like, what the fuck?
That's too much.
Yeah, no, it's too much. Well, it's our Indian summer.
I'd be golfing every day if I lived in one of those two states.
We got some really nice golf courses down here. I can't wait to get back into it. I used to go golfing all the time with my father-in-law, but he's blind now, so that ain't happening.
Well, they do make a golf club now that you put a little cartridge on. It's like a little 22 cartridge, and it's a self-propelled.
Oh, the Rodney Dangerfield inspired.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
I think the farthest it goes is 220 yards. So you can get them that. Just point them in the right direction.
All right, point over here, hot rod.
But yeah.
We told my wife told him, you're gonna go golfing one day. You're just gonna sit in the golf cart and drink while all these other people hit the balls, and you can cheer them on.
Does Stephanie golf too?
She does not. She has no desire.
Oh man, she doesn't know what she's missing.
She honestly really had no desire to go out and do any off-roading. Like you guys were there when I took Sierra out to Mob Moab with JP and Brinks. Steph even Sierra told her, I don't think you like it, Mommy. It's just not something that you'd like. Well, I took her out to Trail Hero. She had a blast. I mean, she had a lot of fun. She also, Steph's a dietitian, so it's all about getting her steps in. So if I was going to do something stupid in Jeremy's JLL, she'd be like, no, fuck that. I'm getting out. And then she'd walk.
Get my steps in.
And get her steps. Yeah. And then
I'll meet you at the bottom of the hill.
One of the best parts was Jeremy, he was adamant about her driving the JLL up the chute.
Ooh.
So he wanted me to take the Bronco so he could get video from way atop, on top of the mountain. So I drove that fat ass Bronco through there, just basically sweating bullets the entire time. And I'm like, I'm not going to be the one to scratch this fucking brand new car that they just put a wide body kit on, because then it's not Jeremy that I got to answer to, it's Heather. So
Yeah.
got it up there, no problems. It was nice. And then Jeremy was like, Steph, you're driving. She's like, no, I'm not. Yes, you are. I mean, it was like a battle for about a half an hour. And she finally did it. So I was in the passenger seat. And I don't know if you saw the video, but it's freaking hilarious because you can hear Jeremy, like, he's flipping out, like, oh, fuck, she's going to crash this bitch. I'm telling her to slow down because she's trying to learn, left foot, right foot, left foot on the brake, right foot on the gas. She was just powering through there, like, just let me get it over. And it's like, no, you got to go slow, And Jeremy and everybody else is yelling, driver. She's like, I can't listen to everybody. I was like, just calm the fuck down. I was scared
like
for my life. I'm not going to lie.
That sounds like a typical wheeling trip when there's someone trying to get up an obstacle and there's a crowd and everyone's just yelling different shit. Someone's yelling left, someone's yelling passenger. And they're like, which way do I go?
Well, you can see in the video, there's this one lady that's actually sitting in front of where Jeremy's standing. And the beginning of the video, you just hear her yelling all kinds of shit. She doesn't know what she's talking about. And then after Jeremy, spots Stephanie up, she asked him if, will you spot my husband up? It's like, I thought you were doing that to begin with. Now you're going to shut your mouth because it's your husband's turn?
Well, I mean, if someone's going to do it, if someone's going to do it, it might as well be one of the greatest spotters of all time, Jeremy.
Absolutely.
That guy can spot.
Somebody made a comment
because there
were some pictures of me, with the arm out the door as I'm
the chicken
crawling something.
Were you winging?
Yeah, I was winging, and everybody's like, "Oh, look at that! It's like a little Jeremy." I'm like, "Well, I did learn from the best,
Just winging it.
Yeah, that chicken wing is so infamous. So you were also with Jeremy at King of the Hammers. How did that go for you? I don't think we ever talked about that.
No, it was an experience of a lifetime. The first race I did with him was Disney, Oklahoma. So that was really getting my feet wet. And then King of the Hammers, being in that car for 11 hours it was grueling. It was frustrating at times. Did have some GPS issues, but then also, like, when we left Remote Pit 2, we were so fucking confused, like, where the trail started and which one we were supposed to be on, because there's like bypasses you can take, but certain cars have to go through certain obstacles or trails. And man, there was one point where Jeremy and I were like screaming at each other.
Really?
But we had some flat tires. Through the beginning of the race, that desert run was incredible. I mean, we were hauling the mail in that car.
I can't remember. Was it
then
qualifying
right after
or
that,
was it? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So the day that they pre-ran the section where we got lost the most, or kind of turned around, was the day that I did not pre-run. I went to go pick up Heather and Brinkley and Stephanie, my nephew Austin, and Sierra. So I kind of missed that whole part, but I mean,
that important part.
We weren't going to finish the race. We timed out basically. Had another flat tire on the way back in. It was dark out. Long grueling day, and so we went and drove straight to turn in the transponders, and the girls came running up, like Sierra and Brinkley, and they're like, "What the hell are you doing? Go finish." We're like, "Yeah, but no, it's all closed down. Nobody's there." And they're like, "No, you need to go finish." So Jeremy and I got back in the car, and we brought it up to where the finish line was, so that everybody could cheer for us. And there was a lot of people that were like, "All right, you didn't finish the race, but we're cheering for you anyways." So it was kind of cool to see that.
Yeah. So my question was, I can't remember if it was qualifying or during the race, the infamous picture of you guys up on two wheels right at the beginning.
Oh, that was qualifying. going
was
up
tough,
Top of
right?
Thunder.
As a qualifying. Yeah.
Oof, man. I didn't even know what had happened at that time. I mean, the adrenaline was pumping, and Jeremy's getting frustrated because the car kept going into like limp mode. It's thinking that it's in an accident. It's all that Jeep computer crap,
Yeah.
and I didn't even know how crazy that was until I saw the video. And then
What did it
for
feel
the
like
next
inside?
day, we lived that. People are like, "We've never seen a show like that." That was just fucking incredible.
What did it feel like
He
inside?
powered right through that.
Were you at all off camera? Did it feel like you were off camera at all, or did
No,
it just?
not at all. I was so cinched in tight. Jason Rogers, they call him Man Mountain for a reason. He's got hands, 3 times the size of mine. So when he straps us into the car, I mean, you're strapped. You're not moving an inch. Those meat cleavers locked us down pretty good. So I was not scared at one point. Not one point.
You kind of have to have that no fear attitude if you're doing that run, because I think it's one of those things where it's maybe it's just about every type of racing, but once something gets in your head where you don't have that confidence, then accidents happen, injuries happen, and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that's just wild.
It was an experience of a lifetime, that's for sure. I mean, I had to get out and do a lot of winching. At one point I had Sergio and Justin. They were kind of stuck in the same place we were because there was too many vehicles like that we couldn't get out of the way. So I actually learned some winching from Justin while we're out there on the race course. But man, just an experience that I hope to once again do. We'll see what happens next year. I may be racing a side-by-side.
Really?
Yeah, I bought Casey Curry's side-by-side that he's going to deliver to King of the Hammers.
That's fucking
I see
wild.
something I want and I go after it. Well, Jeremy and I were talking about, side-by-side and, using it for pre-running and maybe racing one day and blah, 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 whatever. And then he was at an event in Ohio, I think at the Dana Corporation, with Casey Curry, and I got a text message from Casey. He's like, "Hey, I got this one. I'm going to list it for sale in the fall," and blah 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 blah. So I responded to him. I said, "I want you to understand. You have a couple. I only have one horse, and I don't know how I'm going to afford this. But be gentle." And he was very good to me. So he's got a bunch of spare parts, and he's going to deliver it out there for me. So we'll use it this year for pre-running.
Speaking of horses, I told you on when we spoke last time about where I'm living at now. They have this competition, national horse walking competition. Have you ever heard of such a thing?
No. Have you ever seen those competitions of the girls that have the stick pony? It's like a broomstick with the pony in the front, and they run around this course and jump. I showed it to my daughter. I was like, "Please tell me, what the hell is this?" She goes, "That's called stupid, Daddy." Yes, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Dumbest thing I've ever seen.
She's got to be starting high school soon, right?
Oh, she's in. She's sophomore.
She started freshman. She's sophomore.
Wow.
Sophomore.
She's a sophomore now.
I didn't know she was that old already.
Yeah. Yep, she played both 2 seasons on the JV varsity team, and now she's starting her club, which is called Wildfire, which is a travel team. So we spent a lot of time in Daytona, Orlando. They're going to Texas, and I think we might be going to Maryland, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100%
volleyball?
Sure. Yep. That's what she wants to do when she goes to school.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think she'll really have time for, the horse events once she gets to college. So she wants to focus on volleyball and try and get a scholarship.
I'm sure she's gotten taller since I last saw her.
Oh, dude, you would shit yourself. She's maybe just a tad bit taller than Stephanie.
Wow.
Yeah, she's crazy.
16?
She is 15, and she's driving everywhere, like Stephanie's personal chauffeur.
So
It
just
kind
so
of
you,
freaks me out because she's driving the BMW everywhere, and then it's totally different when you get in my Ram, my mega cab, and she's like, "Dad, can I drive?" I'm like, "Ah, shit, yeah, I guess so." And then like the first time she's pulling out of the driveway because I always back it in, she's turning left out of the driveway, and I'm like, "Whoa, there's a mailbox there. You got to take wider turns with this son of a bitch."
just so you know,
But she's good.
you can't go drinking and let her drive home. It's still considered bad.
That's correct.
Only if you get caught.
Well, she's still not allowed to drive at night yet. I think she has to have it for like 3 or 4 months before she can drive after dusk.
Mm-hmm.
But she's good, man. We've been letting her drive everywhere.
I think there's also a provision for young drivers that they can't have more than one person under 18 in the vehicle. Also, I've heard something like
Non-relative.
non-relative.
You
And
have
it
to have somebody 18 riding with you.
Yeah, no, during her permit, but when she gets her driver's license from 16 to I think it's the first year or something. I know my kid had it where she couldn't have any other teenagers in the vehicle if they weren't family at the same time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was like the first
I didn't know
year.
that.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
gotta
think
look at the
that's
requirements on this. I think it's by state.
State, yeah.
I don't think that's a bad idea, to be honest with you. I think that's a good idea. As
Yeah.
much as I hate government involvement and shit, I think there's some common sense things like that that do make sense just because it's less distracting for the driver.
Yeah,
You
and that's
you
what
know?
it is. We see them here all the time. It's the group of 4 or 5 teenagers in a car that run up onto something and roll over and whatever, and it's just a big party in there. They're laughing and giggling and not paying attention.
Yeah, there was a
She's
high
unsure
school
of what she wants yet.
as far as car.
Go ahead, Gabe. Yeah, for her first car.
I thought you
It's
said
either a Jeep or a Bronco.
I was gonna say I thought you were gonna give her the Jeep.
Not mine, no. In fact, I don't know if you saw on Facebook, but I just listed mine for sale.
The JLL?
JKL.
JKL?
JKL.
Excuse me.
JKL. Just listed it for
Well,
sale.
well,
And I didn't want to, but I have to.
but he's buying a JLL.
Is that what's funding the side by side?
No. That's what's funding the new Jeep.
Man, I always said if I get another Jeep, it's probably going to be an LJ or a buggy. Just
Yeah,
because
this Jeep
the electronics issues.
This Jeep's a lot of fun, especially with the motor that I put in it. It's got a 6.6 liter, 500 horse LX3 that Cruiser did, and I mean it'll smoke all 4 tires no problem. The one thing that I haven't got to do is wheel it since Moab, with the new tower in it. But I did get to drive Jeremy's JLL out in Trail Hero. It's got plenty of power too. That was a lot of fun.
You say it'll smoke all 4 tires unless Travis is trying to smoke all 4 tires.
Yeah, Travis can't drive.
No, we've all seen him try with the Rondos. That was pitiful.
Poor Travis.
Yeah, it looks like he and Amelia are getting pretty heavy into golf too. He posted a video of her yesterday, and she crushed it.
Yeah, he was saying that she's taking lessons also.
That's awesome. That's super awesome.
Yeah. See, the thing with golf
Now
is
we got to come up with an event where we can all golf together.
I've been telling Armando I want to put together a golf tournament for charity for Hero.
Oh, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, if we found a course where it's always going to be warm and we won't have to worry about weather all that much, I think it'll do well, especially in the spring.
Yep.
We could probably do it in the winter time too, but of course, golfing in better weather is obviously way better.
It's way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty hard to golf here in Florida in the summertime.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
We golfed in Mexico and it was like 90 degrees and it was too much.
Yeah, you do that here in the summertime in Florida, and you end up drunk on the second course or the second hole because you're drinking so
Yeah,
much.
yeah, yeah. Like luckily there was no humidity in Mexico. It was all just heat.
I'll golf when it's in the 90s. I don't mind because I do like the warmth, and I don't mind it. I prepare for it. I'll take a liquid IV with me, and I usually go through at least 64 ounces of water through the front 9, and then the back 9 I'll drink even more with that liquid IV. I don't drink anymore, so I'm not worried about getting too drunk on the course, obviously. But I still
My
have
wife
fun. I
taught
still
me
manage to have fun.
I gotta stick with the water.
Yeah. That's all I drink. I stopped drinking orange juice finally. Armando told me that his doctor said you're not a child anymore. Stop drinking orange juice.
You're not 3. There's no need for you to be drinking juice.
So I cut that out of my diet.
I was just saying, you look good. You look really good.
Thanks. Yeah, I've plateaued a little bit. I'm still around 225. I fluctuate between 225 and 228. On a cheat weekend, I might go back up to 230, but I always come back down to around 228, 225. But I've plateaued a little bit, and I think it's just because even though I did tell you last time that I'm doing just cardio, I did get back into some weights, so I think that has a little bit to do with it. But I think what I'm going to do is starting this week, I'm actually going to start doing some keto and really, really count my calorie intake.
Yeah, do you put stuff on like MyFitnessPal, like where you log your food and stuff like that? See where your protein, your carbs, and your fat are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think right now
that's the best app to use.
Right now, I'm burning about 650 calories per gym session, and then a total of maybe 800 throughout the day, just working, that sort of thing with the gym. And then I'm trying to keep my calorie intake around 1,000 for the day. And I think I've heard somewhere where you probably burn more calories while you sleep also. So I'm also going to introduce into my body a creatine to burn more fat that way too. So I still want to maintain. Yeah, I still want to maintain that, the physique that I've had in the past, but I don't want to, I don't want to look like a crack addict all sucked in. Right. People start thinking, oh, that's how you lost the weight. You started doing meth. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
It's the meth diet.
Right.
It's funny.
How old are you, Gabe?
46.
How old are you? Yeah, as we get older, it makes it a lot harder to shed those unwanted pounds that we do have. I mean, I go to the gym 5 days a week. I ride my bike with a group of guys on Tuesdays and Fridays. We ride for about an hour and 15 minutes. And that's really a lot of my cardio. Although I do have one station at the gym that we end doing either the bike, the rower, the skier. So I try and fit that into it.
So I'm doing about
full body movement.
Yeah, I'm doing about 30 minutes on the stationary bike, and then I'm doing another 30 minutes of weight training.
That's good.
I can't. I would run on a treadmill or outside, but my knees are so shot by about a mile a mile and a half.
Run. I've never been a runner.
I don't mind it. It's just my knees just can't take it anymore. So like, even after a day of filming on a trail, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I need a fucking ice bath.
Yeah.
Some shots in the knees or something.
The cortisone.
Yeah. But I've learned my lesson.
Band-Aid repairs, though.
What's that?
That's what Celebrex is for. I got JP on some Celebrex, and it's like an oil change for your joints almost. It's just, even Damon from Rigid, he took one day and he sent me a text message. He's like, Jesus Christ, what is this, Miracle Drug? Well, it was originally designed for arthritis. Celebrex, yeah.
I'm writing this down.
Better for your liver than like taking 3 Advil or whatever.
Yeah,
but
because I've
really
been
helps
eating
with arthritic joints.
Advil like Tic Tacs.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, I know. My
But
wife
yeah,
tells
ask
me
your
that
doctor
too.
about Celebrex. I have a prescription. I take it when I need it. Um, and like I said, it's better for your liver. So if you're taking that much Advil, you better be taking milk thistle too. That helps clean and rebuild the liver.
Yeah, I don't really drink anything but water these days. Ever since I stopped drinking the orange juice, I go about I have about 3 or 4 of these a day. So this is
That's what I'm
32
doing.
ounces. Yep,
I do 2 or 3 of these.
that's 64 ounces you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I do feel better just drinking just water, even if it doesn't taste as good as a soda with food or something like that. I just know it's going to be better for me, so I do it.
I forget what it's called, but Steph has me. I have electrolytes that I'll put a little bit in there just for a little flavor to the water. But then, especially if I'm out working outside during the weekend, cleaning cars, mowing the grass, being on the boat, whatever, I load it up with electrolytes just to stay hydrated.
Hmm. Yeah, that's one problem that I have is when I'm working in the yard at home, I forget that I have this with me. I'll take it with me golfing, but I forget I have it in the house, and I'm dying. Like, oh my god, it's just sweat is pouring. I'm like, oh fuck, I need to drink more water. And then after we get done, the wife comes in. She's like, why don't you just take a nice liquid IV? I was like, oh fuck, why didn't I think of that? But it's because I probably wasn't drinking enough water. My focus wasn't there.
Right.
So it's a whole domino effect. One thing I wanted to talk about really quick, and I thought it was fucking hilarious when I saw this. Joe Biden is going to join Donald Trump's Truth Social.
What?
Yeah, apparently his administration is going to have an account on Truth Social.
Okay.
The irony of that, especially with today, the gag order that Trump got from the judge. I mean, how much more bullshit can you just get from that side of the aisle? I really hope Truth Social like mutes him or whatever they do.
Right.
It would just be poetic justice.
Actually, just let him keep talking. The best thing to do is just let him keep talking. You shut him up, then come on, let's keep him talking. Let's expose the stupidity.
You're absolutely right. You have a point. You have a great point, actually.
To talk a little more, provoke him to talk a little more.
He's almost like that computer glitch sometimes. Like, did his screen just freeze up or something? What happened?
It's like Max Headroom.
Yeah. Fuck. I can't wait to this next election, man. I tell you what.
We're in such a shitstorm right now.
Yeah, I can't even.
I mean, even with the House, they can't figure that shit out. Everyone and their fucking mother that votes red wants Jim Jordan, and they're trying to do some other bullshit with some rhinos. And I think it's very transparent that people are realizing there's a system in place, and it doesn't want Donald Trump to be in it.
Yeah, he's gonna expose the bullshit. He's got nothing to lose. Everyone else has something to lose.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's funny. They all thought when Trump was in office that he was going to start World War III. And here we are with Joe Biden giving money to Ukraine, giving money to Israel, funding Iran with that $6 billion that they unfroze. And he started a shitstorm. And I don't think they thought it all the way through. Iran or some of the Hamas fighters have said that they've gotten their weapons from Ukraine.
Yeah.
My next door neighbor just got back from Israel. Like he went out there like a week and a half ago, and he was just finally able to get back.
Wow. Was he on that?
He was calling his wife and saying goodbye to her, thinking that he wasn't going to make it.
Oh fuck.
Was he just visiting for work or something?
family. They got family.
Just a family, just visiting family.
And then I have a lot of Jewish people that go to our gym as well, and they're all devastated. Some of them actually went to high school there, um, and they're devastated. I mean, we all are. It's a sad situation.
Yeah. The thing that pisses me off is there's people that are just saying free Palestine, and they're protesting for Palestine, and they're pointing the finger at Israel like they started throwing the rocks first,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't understand. I think if anyone sees it, they can see that clearly that Hamas attacked Israel while there was peace.
Mm-hmm.
And Hamas is funded by the terrorist state Iran. So I don't know how anyone could actually say with a straight face. I mean, there's a lot of bias obviously from Palestinians, but you cannot say with a straight face that Israel threw the rock first. And I think anyone that gets hit with the rock first is going to pick up that same rock and throw it back. Right. It's just human instinct. It's human instinct to want to defend yourself, and in this case, want to defend your country. This is what happened in 9/11. We found out who it was that attacked us and knocked down the towers, and we went after them.
We're in a tough situation right now.
Yeah.
Craziness all around.
When Trump was in office, I think there was a lot more. I mean, he won the fucking Nobel Peace Prize. People forget about that.
Yep.
The motherfucker that was always that people said he was going to start World War III won the Nobel Peace Prize. I just don't understand how we can go from that to where we are now in such a short amount of time.
Well, he sent mean tweets. Come on.
Grab him by the pussy.
Grab him by the pussy.
he said grab him by the pussy. Although that was years ago, and we look back at old recordings of FJB, and he says way worse.
Mm-hmm.
And no, people change. They do. Okay. All right.
Speaking of Jewish people, in my Facebook memories this morning, I saw that I reposted something from Gilbert Gottfried that said, Donald Trump grabbed me by the pussy. Oh, fuck, I miss that guy. I don't know if you ever saw his 101 Dirty Jokes special.
I never saw that. I think of like some of the movies he's in. He's just freaking hilarious.
If you ever get a chance, YouTube Gilbert Gottfried's 101 Dirty Jokes. The first 5 minutes will have you just pissing yourself out from laughter. The guy,
look for it.
And then if you also get a chance, try to find a clip of him talking in his regular voice. That the voice that he does that you always hear, that's an affect. So if you ever get a chance, look that up because it's pretty wild. He was so far underrated, in my opinion, as a comedian, just because of the act that he put on. I don't know. I found the guy hilarious when he was alive.
Yeah, he was always funny.
Yeah. There's some comedians that are funnier now than they were when they're actually famous, in my opinion. Like Jerry Seinfeld has that show, Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, and he's funny, but his stand-up acts were not that funny. His show was funny. But he also had help writing that. Larry David is fucking hilarious. But Jerry Seinfeld's stand-up was not that funny, and I think it's because he's clean. He works clean, and there's a lot to be said about comedians that actually will just go above and beyond.
I like that new. I guess he's not that new, but the Matt Rife guy, he's pretty funny.
I've only seen bits and pieces of him, and from what I've seen, he's funny.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
His audience work is great. Like when he just digs into audience people.
I still like the all-time GOAT, though, Chris Farley.
Oh, fuck.
He was one of my favorites.
The Chippendales bit on SNL was probably one of my favorites. That one,
That was
and
with
when he's
Swayze, right?
Patrick Swayze. Yep.
Yeah.
And the other one, the other bit, it was him and dressed up as a girl, and there it was him and three David Spade and Adam Sandler, I think, and they're all just sitting around, and Chris Farley is like talking about how hungry he is, and David Spade, but Cindy, what about your diet? And he's like, leave me alone, I'm hungry. Or the character down by the river in the van.
And Down by the River, yeah.
Oh God, that's when SNL was good. I don't know what happened. It stopped being funny before they went woke.
I guess now it's all Jimmy Fallon.
Is he the head writer?
No, he like the I don't know if he's the head writer or what. I guess it's just with Saturday Night Live. I guess it's totally different.
Yeah,
And he's not very funny.
no. He's not. No,
it's
not
the
at
people
all.
that he has on that makes it funny.
Yeah. Hey Jake, do you watch F1 at all?
Here and there, yeah.
So this weekend, it's the Texas GP.
This
down in
coming
Austin.
weekend?
Yeah,
Oh, really?
and it's probably one of my favorite race courses that I've driven in my simulator. It's pretty fast, and I'm excited for this weekend too because there's a rookie that drives for Williams Racing, an American. He's actually from Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Logan Sargent. He's not in the fastest car, but he's shown a lot of potential. So I'm hoping this is a home race for him that he can actually shine. There's supposed to have been some modifications done to the car this past week, so there was a lot of talk of him losing his race seat to another driver because he's been, either did not finish or crashed or there was a mechanical failure. Something has happened where he just has not performed as they thought. So I hope this is a weekend that he can break out and take 10th or better.
That's cool. I'll check that out.
It's an addiction, also F1. It's far better than NASCAR. These guys drive a lot faster. And I saw NASCAR try to do that stupid road race and where everyone's fucking crashing.
Yeah.
They can only make left turns.
Yeah, they can.
This car's only set up for a left turn.
Well, I think they're so used to not braking, they don't have any idea of where the braking zone is for their turns. And
Yeah,
the chicanes that they had set up were so small for those big cars.
Yeah, it's. I don't know.
It made no sense to me. But anyways,
I may have to watch. I may have to try to figure out a way to watch it.
It's so if you don't have the F1 app, it's going to be on ESPN Plus, I believe.
I just got ESPN Plus.
I think it's also on regular ESPN. I think.
I just got the Plus.
With the Disney Channel?
No, just the Plus.
Okay. So qualifying
Disney Channel.
Qualifying is on Saturday. Practice FP1 is Friday. FP2 is Friday, and then qualifying is Saturday, and then the race is on Sunday. And I believe the race starts at 2 Eastern, around there.
Okay, so earlier. Okay, cool.
So I'm excited
I'll
for that.
have to check it out. Yeah, I just subscribed to ESPN Plus to start watching NAU football. Last week, my kid got her acceptance letter to NAU, and we went up Friday to do a campus tour, and she was all giddy and excited to get up there and start. So I'm like, all right, I'll start watching NAU football.
That's awesome. Good
Nice.
for her.
So, yeah,
Is
exciting stuff.
She's still looking into engineering?
Chemistry is.
Chemistry.
They don't have chemical engineering. It's chemistry is what she's taking. So the nice thing is centralized in there to the biology, biochem, and a lot of the other departments all kind of rely on chemistry. So she might get a little more uh, familiarization with some of the other things and maybe find out where she wants to be in her place.
That's good.
So, yeah, it's pretty cool. They said that their chemistry class is usually about 60, where their biology class is about 2,000.
Wow.
So the opportunities for be in chemistry is pretty good for her.
Sure.
What we can do as far as scholarships and all the stuff she wants to do. He said that there's even a local drug company that hires paid interns and they use them and pay them very well. So
Wow.
we'll see where this goes and how this works out for her. She was really excited, so I'm excited for her, and she's put the work in. So well deserved for her.
So how big was your heart attack when you found out what tuition was?
It's actually not bad there, so I'm gonna complain about it because I got to pay for housing and all the other crap that's gonna go with it. But they're in state. Plus, they almost gave him a free ride for a lot of just basic grades. So we don't quite know yet on the financial side what it's gonna be, but it seemed like there was way more for her to get after and it to reduce the impact on my pocketbook.
Where did your older daughter go to school?
She didn't.
Oh,
She's like me. She has to go find out what she wants to do with life before she decides to commit. Well, it's a combination. Kim has a master's degree. I have a high school diploma. I've tried every college and around to try to go back and do some high school stuff, get an associate's, get a bachelor's, and then I get about 2 classes in and go, oh, I can't do this. So just
Just
not
like
me.
me.
Yeah, just not
I'm
me.
the same way.
I'll go out there and learn how to do it and do it the way I want to do it. But the little, she's like her mom, so she's college bound and already talking about a PhD. I'm like, holding now. I'm all, can we just get through the bachelor's? And then they have an accelerated program where she can get a master's in 5 years. So we'll see how she feels about that. So
yeah, I'm very much hands-on and visual when it comes to learning. If I have to read a book to learn something, that's where you lose me. Not because I can't read. I can read, but my attention span just is not there for it. If someone is
like when
there,
you buy something, you got to put together. You don't read the manual. You just do it.
right? And if it's put together wrong, I'll be like, oh fuck, I got to take it apart now. I think this is where I went wrong.
Right.
I don't know how many IKEA pieces of furniture back in the day that I put together, take apart, put back together the right way.
So we just got these decorations for Halloween, and there's these candles that they give the illusion that they're hanging or they're just floating like haunted candles or whatever, and it has a remote for them, and there's instructions on how to take the battery out, and I was like, what the fuck, it's a battery. I don't need instructions for the fucking battery. So I'm there with the remote like, why won't this fucking thing open? My wife was like, here's the instructions. I'm like, I don't need the instructions. And she's like, I think you do.
You 100% do.
So she ended up opening it.
So Jen read the instructions and Jen opened it in 2 seconds.
Yes. Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. Cool. Now they work. But yeah, I mean, that's with everything though. I mean, even with work, I had to learn Excel. And they said, okay, you need to learn Excel. I'm like, okay, I know I'm intermediate with Excel, but they wanted me to be expert level for a lot of things that I needed to do with pivot tables and formulas and all this other shit. So they said, take this class and then, we'll go from there. I took the class and I failed it horribly because it was very much, this is how you do it step by step. You got to do this, you got to do that. And it wasn't follow along. It was just take this course and this is how you do it. So after I realized, okay, that's not a good way for me to learn, I went on YouTube and started watching videos on it. And I brought up an Excel sheet on my second monitor and started doing it along with them. And I picked it up instantly just because I'm very visual, like I said, and hands-on. And now I can fly through any Excel sheet and with even 2 or 3 Excel sheets and find discrepancies here and there and find what I'm looking for. That's a needle in the haystack. So that's just, I guess, I don't want to say it's my brain. It's just, because we all have the same brain. It's just my way of learning. Yeah.
Yep. I'm basically the same way.
It's racist. That's what it is.
These
courses are racist. The SAT was racist. I got a 10 on my SAT. I spelled my name right, and that was it.
I don't even think I got that far. I don't think my name was even on the sheet. I may not even showed up.
Oh, before I forget, Armando, I finished Jury Duty. The TV show Jury Duty.
Was it nuts?
Fucking hilarious.
Yes.
Jake, have you seen the show? Yeah.
No, it's a TV show on Freevee, right?
Yeah, it's through Amazon.
It's on Amazon, through Amazon. Look up Jury Duty on Amazon. It's 8 episodes.
8 or 10, something like that.
Yeah, it's a single season, but the premise is it's jury duty, but everyone is an actor except for one guy. So everyone is planning everything around what's happening at this courtroom, and this guy is the only person that doesn't know it's all happening. And it's like the craziest of crazy, and you just see him look at it like, this is weird. How can this is all wait to, and it's all over the top, and it continues to go through, and they make it all happen. And then it's cool as the last episode when they do the whole overview of everything about the show, and it's like, okay, that explains a lot of what happened and what you saw, what you didn't see, and how things worked.
So what you left out though is this juror answered an ad in Craigslist. It was a producer looking to make a documentary on the jury duty process. So that was their way to get everyone mic'd up and have cameras in certain places and have cameras follow them. But again, this guy had no idea that everyone was an actor. So there's this, I don't want to give too much away, but there's this one episode where, because they're sequestered, and the way they're sequestered is fucking hilarious. But there's this one episode where one of the jurors, male, kind of told another female juror that he liked her, and they're supposed to be having sex, but he didn't want to have sex because of his religion. So he thought if he just put it in her and didn't move, it's not sex. So they had someone jump on the bed, so it wasn't him having sex, it was someone jumping on the bed making the motion for them. So the guy's jumping on the bed, and he's like, do you want it faster or slower? The girl's like, faster. He's like, no, slower. Smaller jumps.
What did he call? What was it called? What did they call that? It wasn't. They had a name for it.
Oh, I can't remember. But it was brilliant. It's just the way that, and these actors are day actors. They're not professional, like, they're in a lot of movies or anything like that. So just the fact that these day actors are basically they're extras from other shows or whatever they might be, put together this phenomenal performance.
Yeah, it's really good. Soaking. They call it soaking. So if you put it in and you don't move, it's okay. It's religiously we can be okay with it.
Yeah. So this guy, he was heartbroken because his girlfriend posted a picture of her with some other guy on a beach, and the guy had a big old heart on. And she had posted it to Instagram. Who was that? There's a one guy in it that is a real actor. His name's James Marsden.
James Marsden, yeah.
And the guy that's not in on it, he's like, "Oh, I remember you from this movie." He's like, "Yeah, well, I was in this other movie too." He's like, "You were in that movie? Had no idea."
I had no idea.
So all of a sudden, this guy goes home and he's like, I guess Googled them and checked out all these movies, and he brought in a movie from was it Sex Drive? I think he brought in the DVD and had him sign it.
Well, he brought in the one. He's like, "Did you buy this one?" He's like, "No, I didn't buy it." He's like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
And then he goes and he's like, "Did you buy this one?" He's like, "Yeah, I bought this one."
No, if you get a chance,
house. I will look that up for sure.
It's binge worthy, absolutely binge worthy.
My wife and I are like hooked on Suits on Netflix.
Oh
yes,
yeah.
I just went through that.
Oh my god, it's so good. Like I'm usually in bed by 9:30 because I get up at 4 to go to the gym, and we'll start watching. Like we'll watch an episode, and then we kind of look at each other like, should we do one more?
One more.
Then
One
it's
more.
like,
One
then
more.
we're 3 in, and it's like, fuck, it's 10:30. We got to go to bed. 11:00.
Exactly.
So there's
I'm like a 9 o'clock, 9:30 bedtime, and then when I was watching Suits, it was like 11 o'clock, 11:30. I'm like, okay, I gotta stop. I gotta go to bed.
There's a spinoff of that show called, I think, Pearson.
Oh, for Jessica Pearson.
Yeah, and I believe it is on Hulu or Paramount. I can't remember which one it is, but my wife started watching that one.
Pearson, huh? Okay.
Yeah,
Well, there's all these talks about they're supposed to do a new show, a new series based off of the Suits, so like a continuation. So keep seeing a bunch of ads that this is coming out. So I don't know. We'll see.
I really hope they do another season of Ted Lasso, though.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. Hopefully, it comes back and does a American football team.
Here's what I think they should do. I think Ted Lasso should coach at a historical black college, where all of the student athletes are black.
That would be funny.
I'll write it. I'll write the spec script for it.
Yeah, there you go. Get in there.
But it's a bowling team.
Wait, black schools don't have a bowling team. Come on, Gabe.
That's the whole point. This one will. The first historical black college bowling team. Coached by a guy that coached football and European football.
Soccer in Europe. Yeah.
So the other show that I kind of got addicted to lately too is Welcome to Wrexham. It's on FX. It's on FX, and it is about Ryan Reynolds and I forget the other guy's name. He's from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and they buy a football team in Wales, and this soccer team used to be legendary, and they've just fallen apart, and the stadium that they bought is fallen apart, and it's based on real life. They actually bought this team hoping to rejuvenate it and the city. So it's season 2, I believe, right now. But it's really good. Shows a lot of insight on how they got started or how they got involved with buying it, and insight on how, there's problems with building a new stadium or building a new parts of the stadium. Aspects of signing new players and that sort of thing. So if you guys are into that sort of thing, definitely check it out. It's pretty good. It's non-scripted. There's a few parts in it that feel like it is, but it's definitely not. It's really good. It's funny.
I have to check it out.
And then I told you about that other one. I don't know if you saw it yet, Armando. Reservation Dogs.
No, I haven't. I'm haven't really been home to do too much. We've been like busy with school prep and coming back from Mexico. I'll have to give it a shot.
Reservation Dogs is funny. It's about some kids on an Indian reservation in Oklahoma. And you'll see some familiar faces on that one. The sheriff, or not the sheriff, but the tribal police guy. He's been on a lot of different things. And then that one guy he was in Heat, Indian looking guy. That was a cop. He was in it. I think he was in Last of the Mohicans also. Yeah, he was. He was Mawa or Maui or whatever his name was. But yeah, that's a good one. It's funny. They're always drinking Sonic, something with Sonic, because that's where Sonic originated, was in Oklahoma.
I thought you were going to say on the res because there's a Sonic in Arizona on the res.
I don't think I've ever eaten any of those.
You never had Sonic? You're probably better off.
You're not missing out. You're 100% not missing out.
The best thing about them is they're frozen treats.
Well, they used to do on Halloween 50-cent tots and 50-cent corn dogs.
That's pretty cheap. It's almost like going to Vegas at Circus Circus. You used to get a hot dog and a Bloody Mary for 50 cents.
Yep. Was Circus or Slots of Fun?
Slots of Fun. Sorry. Yeah.
Slots of Fun. Yeah, they used to have that quarter-pound hot dog for 50 cents and a 50-cent beer.
Yeah. But it was only before 9 a.m.
God. So at 4 a.m. after the bender you've gone through and you walk down to Slots of Fun.
I used to always get a hotel at the Circus Circus because Slots of Fun was so cheap to gamble at.
But you play War. You play all the games from Vegas Vacation. Guess which hand it's in?
Their minimum was $1. Their table games were $1 minimum. So I was like, "Fuck yeah!" What is that noise?
That would be the landscapers outside.
God damn Mexicans!
Leaf blowers.
I believe they're Guatemalans.
Same thing. All right, I guess we'll wrap it up.
Here at the office too.
What's that?
We just had our guys here at the office doing the ground.
Oh, you're still in the office?
Yeah.
Damn, man, it's like after 5 o'clock.
It is. It's 6:15.
Well, we'll wrap this up so that way we don't have to listen to Armando's Guatemalans and Jake can go home. Jake, go ahead and plug Savvy one more time.
So the website is savvydesigns with a Z.com, and our social media is still under Savvy Offroad, Facebook and Instagram. But right now, everything. So we're kind of morphing everything to all aluminum, which threw a little snafu in when we first started. We had a first run done on front and rear bumpers, and then we found that we have all the tooling to do aluminum. So changing everything over to aluminum. So we're offering huge discounts on Savvy front and rear bumpers, whatever's left available on the website, up to like 40%.
Nice. So everyone jump on there, get your rig sorted out, and represent Savvy.
Yeah, we are going to do some more, get some more T-shirts and hats made too, because they've been a pretty big hit with the way Will designed them. So I'll definitely get some out to you.
Yeah, I actually hit him up because I went on your website to buy one, And I was like, where's the swag at? And so I send him a message. I'm like, dude, am I missing something? He's like, no, we haven't gotten it yet.
We'll get you taken care of.
I appreciate that. Man, thanks for joining us. It's been fun.
Thanks for having us. For me.
Yeah. I'll have to get out to Florida maybe sometime in the spring and play some golf with you.
And my house is your house, man. You're welcome anytime.
I appreciate it. Armando, any last words?
Thank you, Jake. Appreciate it as always. Miss you, buddy.
Great seeing you boys.
Been way too long.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. All right, y'all. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.
Take care, guys.